पुराने गाने, पुराने दोस्त, घर की यादें और इलायची चाय।
उबलते पानी में इलायची, चाय की पत्ती और चीनी डालें। कुछ देर गैस पे उबलने दें। इलायची चाय तभी अच्छी बनेगी जब आप यूज करेंगे रेनबो इवेपोरेटेड मिल्क, जो बना है ताजे दूध से। इसका रिच और क्रीमी टेस्ट चाय में जान डाल दे।
इतना सिंपल, घर की याद दिला दी।
रेनबो इवेपोरेटेड मिल्क, चाय का परफेक्ट मैच।
Rainbow Top Gun Season 3.
He is recognized for his clarity of vision, his very ambitious plans, and he's been very consistent in his investment. He is relentless. You get this energy flowing out of him. And I don't know, it's something that never sleeps, you know. He got the capacity to really put any young man to shame. And for that, I'm really very privileged to be one of his friends.
Mahendra Patel travels the world. He's been everywhere. He's developed friendship and relationship above any clouds. And he's brought with him a lot of knowledge. He's a person with absolute interest, and he's a person like nobody enjoy life. Mahendra Patel is a person full of life.
How big is your family?
I have a daughter, a son, and 4 grandchildren, and my wife, of course.
So your son is in the business, or what's he doing?
Yeah, he's in business with me for the last 20 years plus, and he's doing pretty well. And I hope he will continue to do so, because there are major expansion plans for the company, and his participation will be very important.
So you have big expectations for him to triple the size of the family business,
Or even more.
more?
Yeah, because we are working on several huge projects, and his participation there is important.
So how did you meet your wife?
Oh, I met my wife when I was running an operation in my native place, and she was also working there with me. And we got married, and it's now a long time married, happy family.
How many years have you been married?
We have been married for almost 45 years.
So you're truly a global individual. I mean, you've lived all over the world.
Yeah.
When it came to raising your kids, was it more of an Eastern influence or Western influence, or how did you approach it?
It's more on the global influence, I would say. Neither Eastern nor Western, a mixed approach, where they were allowed a lot of freedom, but they were also kept under restriction to an extent. So it was not truly Eastern or truly Western. So they had the opportunity of getting an exposure with these various international communities. And so from that point of view, you can say that they had an experience with the Western communities. But when it came to actually upbringing, we still wanted them to know the Indian culture and our traditions, and that's the way we have brought them up.
So are you spiritual?
I'm not spiritual, but nor I am atheist. I believe in God, and I believe in all gods. And I feel that a human being, if he's nice, he doesn't have to be spiritual.
So do you feel that the next generation of Indians coming up in Dubai, that they will be able to create as much value with the family businesses as the last generation?
Well, that should be their aim. That should be their desire. But if for whatever reasons they cannot, then it will be regrettable, because their parents have worked hard here for many years, for decades, and built up some kind of business which should be continued. And they have a very good opportunity to do that, because it's something which is already going. But if they find something more interesting, you want to diversify, the families should allow them to do so.
And how many grandchildren do you have?
4, 2 from my daughter, 2 from my son.
And they're here in Dubai?
At present, all 4 of them are in USA.
So do you have any final personal message you want to leave with the viewers?
Yes, what I would like to tell, particularly to the viewers in Dubai, that make sure that you look after your children properly. Make sure you give them enough of free hand, but also make sure that they observe the family traditions and maintain your culture all the time. special messages for the children, for the next generation, that you know what your parents have done, created. Try to expand it further. Try to continue with the same or diversify, but make sure that you run the show in a way that they did it, in a conservative way, on a long-lasting, because it's for generations to come. It should not be finished with this or next generation. You have to do something which will last for many generations to come.
Well, that was a full day with Mahendra Bhai Patel. And I think the key learnings are be patient. Success doesn't happen overnight. Don't get involved in businesses you don't understand. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't take on too much debt. Because at the end of the day, it's slow and steady that wins the race. This is your host, Shane Phillips, saying, Ma salama, Habibi.
They need to follow the basic discipline in business. Means that you need to understand the business properly. Don't just go for it because it looks attractive from outside. You need to have financial, manpower, and all kinds of resources, and do it thoroughly. Make sure that everything is in place before you think of acquiring. Because any acquisition made without taking into consideration these factors would generally not work.